You guys want to hear a story? It's over 40 years old. So it's not the case that the United States was always the bitch of the blue country. We have had presidents that stood up to them before. JFK, Reagan, Bush Sr. This story starts in June 1982. The IDF crossed the border with Lebanon with the goal of expelling the PLO from Lebanon. Within a week, they had surrounded the city of Beirut, and this is going to come as a surprise to you, but they cut them off from food, water, and electricity and began a 7-week siege, which resulted in over 6,000 Palestinians and Lebanese being killed. 84% of them were civilians. President Ronald Reagan then called Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin and told him this barrage was a Holocaust. He proceeded to send 800 Marines to Beirut to serve as peacekeepers. The IDF and the Marines had several skirmishes. In February 1983, 3 IDF tanks attempted to cross a Marine checkpoint in Beirut. U.S. Marine Captain Charles Johnson then pulled his .45 caliber gun out on the lieutenant colonel from the IDF and told him they would be crossing the checkpoint over his dead body, and he held his gun on the lieutenant colonel until they turned their tanks around. As a result of this incident, the Deputy Secretary of State then summoned the Israeli head of affairs, Benjamin Netanyahu, to lodge a protest. Completely unrelated, on October 23, 1983, the U.S. Marine barracks in Beirut were bombed, resulting in 241 dead U.S. service members. And I would like to read an excerpt from a book that I'm reading right now to shed some light on the incident. In August 1983, Mossad agents discovered an attack was being planned against the U.S. forces in Beirut, there as UN peacekeepers. The agents had identified a Mercedes truck that would contain half a ton of explosive. Mossad should have passed on information to the CIA, but at a meeting at Mossad headquarters, staff were informed they were to make sure people watched the truck. As far as the Yanks go, we are not here to protect them. They can do their own watching. We start doing too much for the Yanks and we'll be shitting on our own doorstep. On October 23, 1983, monitored closely by Mossad agents, the truck was driven at full speed into the headquarters of the U.S. 8th Marine Battalion situated near Beirut Airport. 241 Marines died. The reaction in the upper echelons of Mossad, according to a former officer, was they wanted to stick their nose into this Lebanon thing, let them pay the price. Our greatest ally, who we send billions of taxpayer dollars to every year. That's my story.